I want to be an artist and show the world my drawings.
I would like to be an after-school program counselor.
I want to be a photographer and go to the University of Pittsburgh.
I want to be a teacher.
I want to be a pediatrician to take care of small children.
After high school, I want to run my father's landscaping and painting business.
I want to own my own business publishing books about life experiences.
I want to be a successful black man.
A disproportionate number of the district's African American students are not achieving at grade level, which makes the elimination of the academic disparity between African American and white students one of the priorities of the Pittsburgh Public Schools. To assist in this endeavor, district staff interviewed 70 students, all African American, in grades 3 through 12 from 13 schools across the district to learn about their experiences as Pittsburgh Public School students. To protect the identities of our students, the children you are about to see are student actors who will share our students' perspectives.
We thought it would be important to hear from our students because we think their voices are the most compelling. It's one thing for adults to go in front of other adults and tell them what we think needs to change and why it's important. But when they hear it from the voices of our students, we think that that's when people really sit up and take notice.
I need a great teacher to start off my day. Have warm-ups. Keep us on track. Not start one lesson and start another one. Be organized.
I need teachers to encourage, to show interest in my work.
To teach me what I need to know and to teach me what is going to be on the PSSAs.
To be successful, I'd say I need more challenging work in my classrooms.
I would like teachers to help more.
I need more interesting classes with a better explanation from my teacher.
I need my teachers to stay on me when I do bad things and then tell me not to do.
I think teachers should be caring teachers and that love to teach, not just in them for the money.
I need teachers to know that I like to learn.
The district is committed to maintaining high expectations for all students and eliminating persistent disparities among students reflected by race, ethnicities, language, or disability. That's why on January 20th, 2010, the Board of Directors for the Pittsburgh Public Schools adopted the district's equity and learning policy.
Well, the district is engaged in the work of racial equity. And that includes several things. So one of the things that happened this past year, of course, was putting a board policy in place around equity issues, and that equity in learning was a value that we hold in the Pittsburgh Public Schools. A key piece of that work is to be able to talk about racial issues, and we see in the national agenda that race is still a very difficult topic for people to talk about in rational and ways where everyone gets respected and we can still have the conversation. And so we believe it's important for us to learn to have those conversations, be able to talk about issues of disparity in achievement, disparity in identification for special education, gifted and talented, discipline, and be able as adults to approach that in a way where we respect each other.
I wish that everybody would be treated the same.
Some students are treated differently when it comes to punishments.
I think everyone's treated the same.
Most of the kids in my class that get kicked out are black students.
Teachers, treat students equally.
Well, if you're not a straight-A student, you don't tend to get as much attention.
Not everyone's treated the same. Smarter students tend to get a bigger break since teachers act more fair to them.
On May 12, 2006, Superintendent Mark Roosevelt released Excellence for All, a 4-year roadmap outlining priority areas of focus for improving the academic performance of all students in the Pittsburgh Public Schools. While establishing expectations for improving the achievement of all students, Excellence for All is also focused on the need to accelerate the learning of African American students by targeting incremental gains of 5 percentage points per year compared to other peers.
We found overwhelmingly grades 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 12, that all students said, "Teach me." All students want to learn.
My struggles are reading and math.
I struggle in reading and science, but I always ask for help.
Yeah, I think I need to move from a D to a C and score at least a basic on my PSSA test.
Sometimes when I read aloud in class, people laugh at me for not being able to pronounce the words.
I sometimes find it hard to concentrate. I have struggles paying attention and following along.
Well, I struggle with time management. If I'm not organized, I can't get anything done.
Accelerating the achievement of African American students is key to the district's ambition of excellence for all. In order to ensure student achievement, we will continue to provide core academic programs and implement curriculum that is challenging, engaging, and culturally inclusive.
So at the core of all of our core curriculum is the goal of supporting all students through culturally responsive strategies and actual curriculum. So for example, the history of African Americans, while we have a separate standalone course now in the 12th grade that is African American history, and also a separate standalone course that is African American literature, the history and literature of African Americans is built in and woven in from grade 6 on. So it's not as if students have to wait and make it to 12th grade to finally see themselves in curriculum. They actually see themselves in curriculum, and not just African Americans, but Native American, Chicano American, Asian American, all of these pieces are built into our core curriculums in terms of literature and history in particular, starting from the early grades and going all the way through high school. So part of the big goal is that kids see themselves, their history, their culture in curriculum, in what teachers teach them every day from a very early age.
On November 18, 2009, the Board of Education voted to accept a $40 million grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to support implementation of work detailed in the district's Empowering Effective Teachers Plan. Pittsburgh Public Schools was the only school district to receive a grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that included the teaching and learning environment as a strategic priority.
Well, I have to give credit to John Tarka, frankly. John was the one that brought the teaching and learning environment piece as a key part of the work forward. And at first, I'm thinking, well, okay, maybe that's important and perhaps we need to do something there. But as we move further down the road, I see that not only do I agree he was right, it does need to be a key part of our work, but I also see that nationally there's more interest in this topic. And so not only was he right when he was describing what we needed here in Pittsburgh, I believe that there's also a there's support nationally around the topic of teaching and learning. And as I see plans for other districts on other outside of Pennsylvania, I'm seeing that teaching and learning environment issue beginning to be embedded in the work.
And students agree. In addition to their struggles, we heard from students about the importance of the school environment.
I need teachers to quiet kids so I will not be disturbed.
I need an environment that doesn't have a lot of talking. I need the teacher to have complete control over the students.
Well, the mainstream classes are really noisy.
I need quiet classrooms because there's some students that are always in my class screaming and yelling, and it's not very good.
We learned a lot from our students as part of the State of African American Students in the Pittsburgh Public Schools. Additional student insight showed students would like to see additional teaching strategies in the classroom, a number would like more challenging work, and students would like to feel that teachers care.
But more interesting is who students identify as their heroes.
My heroes would probably have to be my parents. They're both very smart, they have good careers, and they're really educated.
My hero is my sister. She is really focused on school. She has started looking at colleges because she's getting to graduate really soon.
Nathaniel in the gifted program. I want to be in that program. He's a good reader and knows how to do math.
My hero would be my mother. She inspires me to keep going.
One of my heroes is the rapper Jay-Z because he started off with nothing in the projects and now he has several successful businesses.
My cousin. She gets really good grades and is working on getting accepted to Yale.
One of my heroes is my guidance counselor, Mr. Rivers.
My hero is my sister. She's the first person in my family to go to college.
One of my heroes is my aunt. She had it tough growing up, but I admire people who want something out of life.
My hero is Martin Luther King Jr. He made a difference, and I want to make a difference too.
My hero is Barack Obama, the first black president of the United States, because he proves anything is possible.
Students in the Pittsburgh Public Schools now have greater possibilities than ever before. Thanks to the Pittsburgh Promise, a community commitment to help students and families plan, prepare, and pay for continuing education after high school, money is no longer a barrier to higher education. We learned that most students had knowledge of the Pittsburgh Promise, and the majority have college aspirations or want to work in a field that requires additional education after high school.
I would love to be an engineer because I enjoy working on things.
I want to be a chef because I love to cook. After high school, I plan to attend Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, and major in education.
I want to be a teacher, specifically a college professor.
I want to be an architect. I like the idea of planning and living in something that I've created.
I learned and researched on how to be an industrial engineer, so I think I'd like to be that.
These student voices will help guide us as we work to prepare all children to achieve academic excellence and strength of character, so that every student has the opportunity to succeed in all aspects of life. We hope that you take these students' voices to heart. Please reflect on their words and faces and realize that you, teachers, administrators, family, community, and civic leaders, all play an important role in helping all of our students achieve excellence for all.